Have you ever wished for a safe haven for automotive enthusiasts? A place with no traffic, no speed limits, no limit on how much fun you can have with your vehicle? What if I told you such a place exists? Don't believe me? Habibi, come to the desert! Welcome to part 7 of our ABC of off-roading series. This time we're in Rajasthan with the Jimny for some dune bashing. We're gonna head into the desert, give you some tips and tricks, show you the techniques, show you the safety stuff that you need to know, and show you why you need to come here for your next adventure. Off-roading in the desert or dune bashing is one of the most exciting things you can do in a 4x4. It's like having an endless playground at your disposal. Charging up and down the dunes, ringing the engine all the way to the red line and leaving giant rooster tails in your wake. It's incredibly exciting, but be aware, dune bashing comes with its own set of dangers, so don't go wild until you watch the entire video. The first order of business for a beginner dune basher is to learn how to read the sand. You need to be able to identify the harder, more compacted sand compared to the softer sand that you can see behind me. Tire tracks are a really good indicator of this. As you can see, the tire tracks here are much shallower compared to the deep tire tracks behind me. Also, like a beginner swimmer needs to stick close to the shore, a beginner dune basher needs to stick close to the access roads. This way, if you get stuck, at least you know which direction you need to start walking. A quick pro tip here, pay attention to which side the wind is blowing from. The side of the dune that's getting blasted by the wind will have a shallower slope, and on the other side will be a scallop slope which is called the razor back. That'll be much steeper, so you need to watch out for that. Sand dunes offer varying levels of difficulty, from small crests and dips to giant dunes the size of buildings with sheer drops on the other side. The desert has something for everyone and can be quite unpredictable. Stick to the smaller dunes while you figure out the dynamics of how your vehicle behaves in the sand. And as we keep telling you time and time again, off-roading is a group activity. Do not, under any circumstances, come into the vastness of the desert alone. Spend any time with any off-roading community and you will hear stories of people who have been stuck in the desert for days before help reached them. You do not want to be one of those people. Speaking of communities, a great way to learn how to go dune bashing is to join a club. Many clubs hold weekend drives specifically designed for novice off-roaders to experience the dunes in a safe manner. They do this not to make a quick buck, but to simply bring more enthusiasts into the fold. First, let's begin with what you need to do to prepare your vehicle for the desert. First things first, get it serviced beforehand. You'll be spending a lot of time at high RPM, so get the engine oil checked. Also check the cooling system, the radiator, the coolant, the fans. Also check the transmission and the clutch in a manual. You'll also need to air down your tires to around 15 to 18 psi when you enter the desert. So also carry an air compressor with you to air it back up. Carry a walkie to communicate with your crew. Also, sand ladders or a sand track and a tow strap is really useful if you get stuck in the desert. Also, the sun in the desert can be really harsh. So carry a cap, sunglasses, a long sleeve shirt that's a little bit breathable, and some sunscreen. Now we're ready to hit the dunes, but first let's engage 4L. Second and third gear are going to be your primary ratios. You need a bit of momentum when you need to climb dunes. For that, second and third gear are perfect. You might need to use first gear if you're ever stuck and you need a little bit of extra torque to pull you out. You might need first gear. You also need a bit of speed to build up that momentum, but not too much speed, because speed brings with it its own problems. So you need to find the balance between momentum and speed. The dunes may seem soft when you walk on them, but hit them wrong and you could do some serious damage to your vehicle. To avoid this, pay close attention to the angles of the slopes. Sand dunes usually have a smoother side to climb and a steeper one. Stick to the slopes that aren't too steep. Don't risk it on those super steep slopes where you can't see what's ahead. Now you can go dune bashing in any 4x4 vehicle, but the Jimny is perfectly suited to the desert. Its predecessor, the Gypsy, used to rule these paths, winning the Desert Storm multiple times and numerous other rally raids all over the country. So let me show you what I mean. If you hit a dune head on, you will lose momentum and you will probably not be able to make it up the dune. Also, if you hit it hard enough, you will do some serious damage to your vehicle. So the best approach is to tackle dunes from an angle. Try and take them side on. Try and minimize the angle between the front bumper and the dune. This way, you have more clearance, you have more momentum, and you can make it up the dune much easier. And what do you do when you reach the top of the dune? You need to slow down because you don't know what's on the other side. You can't just go full send across the dune. There might be people there, there might be a big ditch in front, you just don't know. So it's always better to get to the crest, lift off the throttle, ride the crest for a bit, look what's on the other side, and then plan your descent. Momentum is key if you want to make it all the way up the dune. So back up, take a good run up, and do not lift off the throttle until you're near the crest of the dune. If you start to lose momentum and feel the vehicle bogging down, do not panic. If it is possible to turn the vehicle around, then do so. If not, let the vehicle come to a gentle halt. Do not spin the tires and bury the axles in the sand. Straighten the wheel, slowly reverse back down the dune, and try again at a different angle and with a little bit more momentum. Now another quick tip, when you want to stop for a break, make sure you stop with the nose of the vehicle pointing down. So this way it's easier for the vehicle to get going again. You come to a halt, car's nose is pointing down, put it into first, and you're off. On the way down, the principles remain the same. Be smooth with your inputs, do not dip the clutch, and adjust your angle at the bottom of the slope so you do not dig your bumper into the sand. Now, despite your best efforts, out here it's pretty easy to get stuck. Even the professionals get stuck all the time. So that's why we carry sand ladders with us, or sand tracks. We can place them in front of the back tires and they give us some additional traction to help pull the vehicle out. If that doesn't work, the last resort is to attach a tow rope to the vehicle and actually pull it out. This emphasizes the fact that you need to come to the desert with friends. This is not a solo sport. It's very dangerous if you come out here alone. The Jimny's low curb weight enables it to glide over the sand instead of sinking into it. Coupled with its responsive, naturally aspirated engine that loves to rev, you are guaranteed a good time. Additionally, the Jimny boasts excellent ground clearance, approach, departure and breakover angles, instilling confidence in novices to tackle dunes without the fear of damaging the vehicle. Maruti has rigorously tested the Jimny in Rajasthan's harsh summer months to ensure reliability even in the hottest climates, further enhancing confidence in its performance. That concludes part 7 of our ABC of Off-roading episode with the Jimny. I hope this episode has inspired you to hit the desert and live out your Dakar Rally fantasies. With a little bit of practice, and if you follow all the basic principles we taught you in this video, you'll be dune bashing with the best of them in no time. Join us next time as we head to Jawai in Rajasthan for some rock crawling with the Jimny. If you like this video, share it with your friends, give us a thumbs up, and stay tuned for more videos just like this.